somebody, we have unseen impact in their lives, we don't know how it's going to be. But as I pondered this thing throughout the week and got deeper and deeper in the levels of it, I realized that what I really wanted to talk about was conflict. And you'll go, conflict? What's unseen impact about conflict? I mean, when you have conflict, you feel the impact, right? Well, let's take a look at that. What we have here is a situation that is perfect. What we need to remember is that no matter what we are involved in, no matter what is going on in our lives, it is exactly what we need to help support us in rising to who we have come here to be. One of the biggest problems in our movement is that everybody is focused on demonstrations instead of who we are being. And the idea being that there is nothing, no circumstance, no demonstration, nothing that shows up in your life that isn't in some way supporting you to being who you have come here to be, to being your best self. And so conflict is beautiful for that. Conflict is what helps us to rise to the highest points of who we are. We see that all the time. We come out of conflict and only two things occur from conflict. Either we come out, three maybe. You come out thinking you won, you come out thinking you lost, or you come out thinking you really did rise. Or you come out thinking, oh, I really didn't rise on that one, maybe next time. So there's four. But the one that works best is when we come out of it going, I was my highest and best self in that. That was hard. I was confronted and challenged and in a situation that was hard for me, and yet I rose to who I have come here to be. I rose to being my best. And when we do that, we are actually being the change we have come here to be. Gandhi talked about that. You can't just go around thinking you can demonstrate abundance without being abundance. You can't demonstrate health without being health. And you certainly can't demonstrate peace without being peace, especially in the face-to-face beingness of a confrontation or a conflict. You know, there are people in this world who are conflict avoidant, who will never get that opportunity to rise that the rest of us get to have when we're willing to be there with it, and be there with it in being the peaceful space we are. Because that's the key to true change in the world, is not avoiding conflict, but actually being peaceful in conflict, being our highest and best, being centered. When, you know, it's easy to be centered. Imagine yourself floating down a river, right? I love this particular analogy. Have you ever paid good money to go see a 2-hour movie where nothing happened? Where, you know, somebody either sat on the beach meditating for 2 hours, or they were floating down the ocean in a raft for 2 hours, and you paid money for that. Really? We go because we want to be engaged. We actually want to be engaged in life. And some people will go, well, that's different. That's on the screen. That's not my life. But no, it's the same thing. We're all living out our own drama in our own ways and being engaged in life and putting forth that which we know to be true in principle when we are engaged is the highest form of life. This is where life really takes off. This is where the miraculousness lives. This is where the extraordinary lives, is when we are fully engaged in something that feels hard, and yet who we are being in that is our highest and best. I mean, I know for myself, when that happens, when I am being my highest and best in those circumstances, I'm like, wow, this is really quite something. And then always something comes out of it that I never expected. that is beyond my expectation, that is beyond what I thought was even possible. And then I sit back and go, whoa, there it is again, proving itself again and again. And then the next time happens and I don't stand up so well and I get caught in the drama. And then I go, oh, all right, well, next time. Because there is a next time, because we are engaged in life. We're not sitting on the sidelines. You don't get to rise. You don't get to be your best sitting on the sidelines. You get to be your best when you rise. When you're being more than you thought you could be. When you behave in ways that you didn't even know you had in you. And then things happen. The demonstrations occur. But it's not because you're focused on the demonstrations. You're focused on who you were being. And in focused on who you are being, demonstrations happen. Life happens in the most miraculous ways when we are being our best. So I urge you today to stop focus on what you want to demonstrate in life and focus way more on who you want to be in life. The demonstrations will happen. They have to. They're inevitable out of our beingness. When we are truly in our beingness, we are abundance. We are health. We are flourishing. That is our natural state. So it's getting to our natural state that's the most important, not thinking we got to focus on this little demonstration. And trust me, it's little compared to who you are as a beingness. I don't care how big the demonstration looks to you. It's not as big as who you are. You are large. You are the universe. You are infinite, powerful, spiritual being who has come here to do and be magnificently in a life that can unfold miraculously. All you got to do is focus on your beingness and rise, rise, rise. Thank you. That's what I got for you.